Good morning, everybody. My name is Amy Graves. I am the founder of Hidden Consumers Consulting and author of The Hidden Consumer Uncovering the Power of Health Conscious Buyers, which is written for people in the C-suite more than it is for consumers, but consumers have found it very fascinating to learn some interesting tactics used in marketing when it comes to your food. So today I am auditing a different brand requested by members of a Innovation Women community, and I'll be using my Hidden Consumer Transparency Audit, 5 dimensions, 10 points, each 50 points in total. So no notes from the marketing teams, no spin, it's just the score. Here's why this matters to you, regardless of which side of the checkout counter you're standing on. If you're a consumer, you're about to learn how to read between the label lines on products you probably have in your pantry right now. If you're a company, you're about to see how successful, beloved, high revenue brands can score drastically low points, and that gap costs you in lifetime customer value, corporate contracts, and hidden consumer trust. Today's brand is Liquid IV. Now, before we discuss the numbers, I need to say this clearly. Liquid IV is not breaking the law. They operate within FDA guidelines and regulations. What I'm evaluating today is not legality, it's transparency. That difference is what earns lifetime loyalty from hidden consumers. The gap, that's where I work. And let's see how big that gap is with Liquid IV today. Now, our product is Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier. They market themselves as delivering hydration 2 times faster than water alone, using something called cellular transportation technology. So let's see how they scored. The first of 5 categories is claim clarity. I'm going to dive in and look specifically at their primary hook, cellular transportation technology. It sounds innovative, it sounds proprietary, but here's what it actually is. It's an oral rehydration therapy, a medical protocol developed by the World Health Organization in the 1960s to treat cholera. So glucose, sodium, potassium, water. That's the formula. By branding a decades old medical concept as technology, the consumer can't easily verify the claim without prior research. It's not illegal, it's not dishonest, but it's not transparent either. So I did give them a benefit of doubt here, and I did score them 6 out of 10 points. The next area is ingredient disclosure, and this is a big one for me. Credit where it's due, though. Unlike Liquid Death, Liquid IV publishes their full ingredient list on their product page. It's there. You don't have to hunt for a can of an image, and that's a meaningful difference for me. So that will help their score at the end. However, the ingredients glossary is minimal. They have added minerals, but no explanation as to why they were added. What do these minerals do? Why are they included? The consumer has to already know enough to ask. So I did give them a score of 7 out of 10. Our third area is evidence availability. They do cite the research, which is better than Liquid Death, but much of the cited research is company sponsored. The claim that it's 2 times faster than water alone, it really lacks a direct link in the underlying study on the product page, and there's no verify our claims page with full lab reports. So for a health-based claim, evidence should be front and center. We scored them a 5 out of 10. Now the negative disclosures. So this is the fourth angle, and what this is, and for me, this came out to be really serious. Liquid IV does not predominantly disclose who the product is not for. If you have kidney disease, the high sodium content of 500 milligrams per serving can strain compromised kidneys. If you have diabetes, each packet contains glucose or sugar. necessary for absorption, but relevant to your blood sugar management. If you are on a sodium restricted diet, this product may not be appropriate for you. Now, none of this is on the product page. None of this is in the frequently asked questions. The customer has to independently research claims for a product marketed as a wellness staple. So we gave them a 3 out of 10. Now, the last area of the audit, we look at the post-purchase alignment. So for genuine dehydration, illness, athletic recovery, high intensity days, I would even say if you are in chronic pain, this product works. And that's an honest statement from them. But the marketing implies everyday necessity. Reality suggests it's actually situational. At roughly $1 per packet versus 10 cents for a homemade oral rehydration solution of salt, sugar, and water, the price to value alignment shifts depending on use case. And what about that taste? Well, according to the multiple reviews, it's very polarizing. Some people found it to be just too sweet, but there's no upfront disclosure of sweetness level. So we gave them an overall score of 5 out of 10. So liquid IV hydration multiplier, their total score was 26 out of 50. Their classification for me is a competitive gap, which is okay, but they have vulnerabilities. But here's what I want you to notice, and this is the part that most consultants miss. Liquid IV is actually ahead on raw transparency. They publish their ingredients, they cite their research for the most part, and they're actively trying, right? But their vulnerability is harder to fix because fixing it means admitting limitations, saying this product is not for everyone, disclosing sodium content prominently, acknowledging that most healthy people don't need electrolyte supplements for daily water intake. That's harder than just publishing an ingredient list. Now, this is the work I do with brands. I don't sell marketing services. I sell risk mitigation. The difference between a company that gets blindsided by a consumer watchdog expose and one that proactively closes the gap between what they say and what they sell. If you're a consumer watching this, start reading labels, start asking questions. The information is there, you have to look. If you're a company watching this, your score is somewhere on that card. The only question is where? And are you willing to find out before your customers do? So if you want your brand scored, I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute transparency consultation. Email me at amy@hiddenconsumers.com or visit hiddenconsumersconsulting.com to learn more about the work I do. Next week, we're going to be taking a different look at my audit. And what we're doing is looking at 2 brands in the last year that have lost hidden consumer trust. So these were brands, Siete and Back to Nature, who had really good followings and they destroyed that. We're going to cover what the changes made and how that impacted their lifetime value score. So I'm Amy Graves, and remember, if you remove the confusion, revenue will follow.